Here's Nick. What a great show tonight. Burt Reynolds, Connie Chung, and Steve McQueen, with a young comedian, very funny Jew out of New York, Robert Klein. My favorite comic, by the way. Up there with my favorites. Robert Klein. That surprises a lot of people. But tickles my funny bone, man. Tickles it. How are you, folks? Great to be with you on the last day of the week, for us at least. This show is entirely funded by you guys. I want to thank you for that. Encourage you to go to nickdip.com, it says, but I think they mean com, and click on the red text at the top of the page to make a contribution. You'll get your name read here on the show, but more importantly, you'll be supporting free speech in a forum for people like you and I to tell it like it is. That's nickdip.com, and thank you guys as always. I'm happy because it's Thursday. Why? This is what a sports junkie. I never quit that shit. I've been in this like since I was 6. Even with all the PC shit, I can't help it. Which means I probably have no life. But I'm just saying. Yesterday, there's 2 days in the year where there was no pro sports at all. If you people who are sports fans, you know the answer. The day before the All-Star game, no, you don't count home run derby. And the day after the baseball All-Star game. That's it. I get very nervous on those days, and that's sad. So I started a lesbian softball league here in Savannah. That's right. There's no licking in baseball.
Only 2 games in the year.
2 games a year. I don't know what that means, but it sounds funny. What? You heard him. Now, why is it 2 games a year?
Before and after the All-Star.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's all they should play. That should be the WNBA. That's what they should give them. That way they can't complain. Nobody's watching us, and you'll have and you still won't have ratings. Because sports fans will go to the goddamn ID network. I'm getting scared, man. Here's my pattern lately. Again, since I hit 60, I swear to God, you can tell it different. I come home. This is a guy who could never nap, not even 5 years ago. All of a sudden, maybe it's COVID still hanging around. I come home. Again, I've fallen into this trap where I stay up. I fall asleep in the afternoon. I'm not talking a 45-minute nap. I'm talking a good 2.5 hours. Now I'm fucked. Last night, it's 3:15, and I'm fucking sitting in my chair watching another ID network murder. Some old lady that I would have killed myself. I hated her so much. And then what happens? Now I'm exhausted. Right? When I get up, Dallas, how many times this week did I say I was going to work out? Every day, and I haven't. Don't have the fucking. Now I'm exhausted. Last night, 3:35, I'm looking at my phone, reading about rape stories in fucking Libya and shit. So fun. I love the world. Anyways, let's get on with this stupid thing. Joe is a cancer. Not Joe has cancer. Joe is a cancer. Did you guys see him yesterday? The gaffes keep a-coming. This poor prick I'll say it again. How can the wife sit there and watch this poor bastard? And you know what? Everybody's had it with it. CNN's ganging up on him. I actually read a quote. I think it's in today's one of the stories I'm doing. It says about Joe's mental. That was reported by CNN and Fox News. When do you hear that? That's how you know things are changing. President Biden said Wednesday that he has cancer. I was sitting home doing this. No, I'm kidding. I would. Forcing the White House press office to quickly clarify, once again, clean up on aisle Biden, quickly clarify that he was referring to skin cancer treatment that he had before taking office last year.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. So fucking stupid.
The remark initially appeared to be a stunningly casual health announcement during a speech about global warming in which the president described emissions from oil refineries near his childhood home in Claymont, Delaware. And here he is just, again, slipping in that he has kids. This is Somerset, Massachusetts, it said in the picture, which is towards the Cape, I believe. I've knocked doors. Remember I sold steak and seafood and raped small children with doing it? A joke, everybody. Cut the shit. But that's anyways. They pick a landfill just to look how bad the environment you got. Who do you think you're fooling, you dinkweed? Listen to asshole.
It had to put on their windshield wipers to get literally the oil slick off the window. That's why I and so damn many other people I grew up have cancer.
You're lying. And you're a piece of shit.
The whole press went, huh? What? Did you notice he said present tense, I have cancer? It's unclear why Biden chose to use present verb tense. It is unclear. Well, he's fucking, I'll explain it to you right now.
I think your brain is going soft.
There it go. It's already spread to the cerebellum. It's a girlfriend I used to, cerebellum. What a parrot. Remember Cerebellum, folks? Movie star in the 50s? It's unclear why Biden chose to use the present verb tense to describe his experience with cancer. Again, because he's in his late thousands and poor bastard. He said, I have cancer in the present tense, you absolute dipshit. That's not me. Greg Price of X Strategies, LLC, tweeted in response to the spokesman, I guess, Biden spokesman, Mr. Kessler. Anarchist author Michael Malice, meanwhile, joked, don't worry about Joe Biden having cancer. He's married to a doctor. I made that joke 100 times. Referring to the fact, look, this is him looking at his approval ratings. Referring to the fact that First Lady Jill Biden used the honorific doctor to note her 2007 doctorate in education. She's a gym teacher with a wig. Biden's physician, Dr. Kevin O'Connor, who I used to play basketball with. How creepy is this guy? If this guy's not a doctor on an infomercial, he looks like, watching the ID network, he looks like a guy who's pretending to be a doctor. A gynecologist, like in Aurora, Illinois. He just looks phony to me. He issued a health report last year that didn't refer to the president as suffering from any current cancers. O'Connor's report attributed Biden's skin cancer to time in the sun and smoking crack with the sun in China, rather than exposure to chemicals used by the oil industry. Just fucking lie. They write the script for him, push him out there. Go ahead, Hannibal. When the oil touches your nipples, does it tingle?
You got this.
Can you smell the tingling? Can you smell the lambs? That oil on your tits make you look like a cheap rube. There are no areas suspicious for skin cancer at this time. Here he is. Joe last weekend at beach in Delaware did get a little too much sun. Oh, goodness gracious, Eloise. All right. We're going from Joe Biden to his brilliant son, who I got to be honest with you, Hunter. I got to be honest. Look, I know he's entitled, spoiled brat, whatever, but he's doing what I think I'd be doing. There's worse things than loving coke and whores. You know what I mean? What if he was a fucking gay choreographer? I'm kidding. Oh, no. I didn't mean that. You know I dated a gay choreographer in high school. Kevin McClain. Anyways, Hunter being hunted. Hunter Biden, 52 years old, going on 150, could face charges related to possible tax violations or, more seriously, foreign lobbying violations. Fox News and CNN reported. You see what I'm saying? They want the Bidens out. The possible charges stem from a probe into Hunter Biden's finances and overseas business deals, which is being conducted by Delaware U.S. Attorney David Weiss, a prosecutor. Now, hold on a second. Now, can't the president just pick up the phone and say, if you don't leave my son alone, you're going to find your kids in a dumpster? Yeah, exactly. David Weiss, a prosecutor appointed by former President Donald Trump. Weiss and the Justice Department have reached a point in the investigation in which they are looking into the possibility of charging President Biden's son with various tax violations and or foreign lobbying violations, sources told the goddamn outlets. Give me a
I say this calls for action, and now.
Yeah, it does. Can I just say, don't hold your breath? First of all, he's a... are we going to fall for this again? Somebody at that level, a Democrat, breaking the law is going to pay for it? Stop. And here's what the Republicans, stop doing this to us, you phony pricks. Nothing's going to happen to either one of them. I'll bet my ass on it. Oh, maybe a fine. Yeah, fine. Guys, the Chinese are sending them $4 million a month. The fine will be like $50 like he spit on the sidewalk. They are also eyeing a possible false statement charge related to Hunter Biden's firearm purchase. Remember, he lied to you on drugs and shit, whatever the question was. Hunter Biden recently cut the IRS a check for about $2 million in recognition that he had unpaid tax bills. That guy made so much money. He had a $2 million tax bill. This guy sitting in the goddamn tub with a cigarette, the body of a 78-year-old. I gotta be honest, he would be a blast to hang out with if I wasn't married. Nick, what are you, pussy whip? You could say that. His business endeavors brought him to work with Chinese and Russian businessmen. What's the matter? The Saudis not too busy? And several of his foreign transactions have been marked suspicious by financial institutions.
拜登之子亨特·拜登。
He's a goody oldie. The filings known as suspicious activity reports. I used to get these from Chase Bank all the time. I'd come back from Yuck Yucks with an $11 bill. 11 total, deposit of $11. We have to look into this. Guy can't be making that little talent comedy. I've seen him on HBO twice. The filings known as suspicious activity reports do not mark criminality. However, SARS may well be part of a money laundering or tax investigation. Looks like Joe Biden saw this coming before it all went public and made some moves to protect his son and maybe himself. Let's check out the video. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Well, we've discovered that Hunter Biden had 150 suspicious activity reports filed against various bank accounts. Any member of Congress could request suspicious activity reports from Treasury. Once Joe Biden came in office, before it became public that Hunter had all these bank violations, he changed the rules where no member of Congress can have access to suspicious activity reports.
Who's doing that?
Specifically, it would be Janet Yellen, because you go to the top. So
Janet Yellen, head Treasury. You know, the one that looks like Newt Gingrich going through transition? That goes in there, too. Biden, see, he changed the rules because he knew. That's an admission your son's dirty. Changed the rules so no Congress people could bust his balls about it. Weeks after the 2020 presidential election, Hunter Biden acknowledged that there was an ongoing federal investigation of his tax affairs. House and Senate Republicans have said they plan to launch their own probe. Nobody cares anymore. You guys are just phony. We're not buying it. Their own probe into the president's possible involvement if they retake Congress in November's midterm election. So once again, Biden's going to get away with another one.
You go fuck yourself, convict!
You guys, don't fall for it. They'll do hearings. That's how they look busy. It makes them look busy on your behalf when they're all on the same team. Don't fall for it again. Nobody's going to jail. Hey guys, the following stand-up shows are on sale, so grab your tickets now. Would you believe 2 Girl Scouts in a rowboat? My ticket sales to my show. Make plans to join me. Friday, September 9th, Soul Joe's Comedy Club. I love this gig. Royersford, Pennsylvania. Saturday, September 10th, Algonquin Arts Theater in Manasquan, New Jersey. Sunday, 3 nights in a row, September 11th, Sugarloaf Performing Arts Center in Chester, New York. Friday, November 11th, Palm Beach Kennel Club, West Palm Beach, Florida. And just announced, Sunday, November 13th, Side Splitters Comedy Club in Tampa. And at the Tampa show, guys, I'm going to be doing a live Q&A after the show with VIP ticket holders. So grab those before they go quick. People love to do that. I love Q&A. I can be way funnier. As somebody once said, a comic, Kelly Rogers, way before you guys probably don't know who he is, but he did the Tonight Show quite a few times. He said, my act is what I do, and I'm not being funny. That's how best statement by a comic ever. You can get tickets to all these shows at nickdip.com or daveattell.org. What? No. Can I just repeat a Dave Attell joke? When he comes on the radio, it's like hearing the Stones. I turn it up. It makes me laugh so hard. So I was at a bar the other night, and I said to a girl, you want a Tic Tac? And she's like, why? Why? Do I have bad breath? Do I need one? Dave goes, no. If I was going to tell you needed something, it would be mustache wax and a T-shirt that says one cock at a time. God, I wish I thought of that. That's a quintessential Attell joke. One funny Jew. Oh, excuse me, Suzanne. Are you tuned in today? This is a great story. I don't know why everybody didn't open with that. Oh, that's right. It's positive. Delivery man delivers big. The GoFundMe for an Indiana pizza delivery man who saved 4 children and their 18-year-old sister from a burning home last week has raised nearly $500,000 as of Wednesday morning, it's perfect.
I'm loving it.
Are you interested in the real story?
Yeah, tell me what happened. Because when I read the headline, I went, did anybody check this out? There's always people now setting up GoFundMe. Look at my kid's got cancer. Meanwhile, they don't have a kid. It's a chihuahua. They're going to bonnet on it, and they put a tube in its chest. And people send like $100,000. Nick Bostic's cousin, Richard, Dick Bostic, that's him in the middle, no, created a GoFundMe page to help raise funds for the heroic pizza delivery drivers. So it's the cousin of the hero, right, that set up the GoFundMe page. Delivery drivers recovery after he suffered cuts, burns, and blisters on his legs and arms. The page has raised $453,509 as of early Wednesday. And again, I heard this, and me being this jaded ass I am, but sure enough, they had a body cam, and check this out. God damn it. Unbelievable. Cop goes, you did good, dude. I would have been like, where the fuck were you? At the furniture. No, that's unbelievable, man. I got to be honest. I would have pedaled by and went, ooh, somebody's lighting farts at Johnson's house. I would have showed no balls whatsoever. No, I would have filmed it too. Is that not impressive? It's a pizza delivery guy. Where were the parents? I don't know. This kid is the real deal, Richard wrote, the cousin, on the page. Sadly, he has some serious injuries and will need help during his recovery. Look at this. I thought that was Hunter taking a nap at the Four Seasons after a rough night. Bostic, who delivers pizza around Lafayette, suffered the injuries around 12:30 a.m. on July 11th. While he was able to lead the teen and 3 of the children out of the burning home, Bostic ran back into the flames and fought heavy smoke to search for a 6-year-old child who was still inside. He eventually found her and carried her out through a window. Unbelievable, man. This guy I guess he was on America's Newsroom or some show. Yes. His injuries required treatment for several days at a hospital, but how impressive is that?
He was the best guy around.
He was.
Oh boy, is this great!
God bless you, man. Now, I want to hear from the parents. Are they home? I mean, they didn't have to be home. There was a teen in the house, but I'm just saying, I want to hear them thanking the guy. I heard, I don't know if it's true, they tipped him $5 for what he did. They said the pizza was burnt. He said they were going to give him 10, but the crust was burnt to a smithereens. First Amendment shutdown at First Avenue Theater for Dave Chappelle. Jesus. It is. We've done a lot of Chappelle, and you know how I feel about it. I love him. I think he's as good as anybody ever do this. Smart, funny. Yeah, once in a while he hates Whitey, but who don't? I hate right back. That's why. Dave Chappelle's Minnesota comedy show will go on Wednesday night, just at a different venue. Why? Because, people call these trans people and these LGBT, we call you faggots for years, and I think we had it right. Really see what pussies you are. Really, you're afraid of life. You make up shit. You call words dangerous and they hurt. And I'm sorry. Just hours ahead of the controversial 48-year-old funny man set, the First Avenue concert venue in Minneapolis announced that the show would be moved to Varsity Theater, also in the city, where Chappelle is also scheduled to perform on Thursday and Friday. It's called First Avenue, they're playing. not First Amendment, obviously. First frickin' Avenue has been canceled and is moving to the Varsity Theater, the statement posted to social media. Oh, does this anger me?
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you!
Chappelle's agent on the phone with the fur. To staff artists in our community, listen, this is the speech coming from the venue that moved him. To staff artists in our community, we hear you and we are sorry. We know we must hold ourselves to the highest standards, and we know we let you down. We are not just a black box, that's racist, with people in it, and we understand that First Avenue is not just a room, but meaningful beyond our walls.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
Really?
Who the fuck do you think you are? Who the fuck?
The First Avenue team and you, again, this is from the venue that moved him, and you have worked hard to make our venues the safest space. What do you have, 1,000 exits? What do you talk? The safest spaces in the country, and we will continue with that mission.
That's faggot stuff.
Amen.
You want to call it by its name? That's strictly for fags.
We believe in diverse voices and the freedom of artistic expression. No, you don't. No, you don't. You just lied. But in honoring that, we lost sight of the impact this would have. Yes, you're right. It would have made you guys a ton of money, made a lot of people happy in Minneapolis that aren't thin-skinned pussies like yourself and Marxist anti-free speech jackoffs. The note also acknowledged that some will not agree with the decision, you think, and they are welcome to send feedback to the venue. Okay, here's some feedback for you.
Fuck you and fuck you. Who's next?
Okay? Making it clear. The club's switcheroo alludes to the backlash it received for booking Chappelle in the first place due to the jokes he made regarding the transgender community in his 2021 Netflix special, The Closer. I gotta make a couple points here. Can you imagine accusing Chappelle of being like anti-gay or anti-trans? It's hilarious on its face. But I gotta say this, okay? If that's a white comic as equally as famous as Chappelle, they wouldn't have just moved it. They would have not let him perform. And I'll stick to it. That's the truth. And I love Chappelle for still putting his head out there. But again, he's got $1 trillion in the bank. I don't know what the risk is. But my point is, there's always, if I can drive any point home to you, my fans, remember that. When they're praising certain people for being edgy or whatever the fuck, and I'm glad he is. Somebody has to take on these idiots. But I'm just saying, it's a whole different standard for famous white people. Speaking of famous white people, if you got someone who is celebrating an upcoming birthday or a circumcision or an appendectomy or an event or just someone you want to send a great gift to, send them a cameo from yours truly. I'd love to send a personal message to roast your loved one or coworker. Dallas is going to put the link on the screen. Go there and you can see some of the cameos I've done. Get the kids out of the room and order one yourself, or just go to Cameo and search for my name. It tells you how to do it. It's a lot of fun. Make a little video. Zing, zing, ping, tang. People love it. Boy, I can't get away from the sexual preference stories today. Do you guys see how much this? And you know what? I feel guilty doing this because I'm partaking in the distraction that they want me to partake in. But see, I already have another eye. A lot of us got to do something for a living. But I'm saying, I got my eye open for what's really going on, you know. But that's what they're doing. They got us with there's 12 trans. I counted them. I did what do you call it, Google thing? I saw all 12 of them at an Old Navy trying on shit. It's a true story. All 12 of them in one fitting room. Trying on men's and girls, and we're fine with that. I'm just saying we dedicate 90% of the news to them for the last 4 years. Something's off. What's the headline? No mo homo. Hey. A Texas professor was being scrutinized after an appeal to find a cure for homosexuality. What are you kidding me? They already found it. It's in Tehran. It's called a 12-story building. You are correct, sir. Along with a bizarre suggestion that doctors to try to identify gay babies during prenatal testing. What's that joke? Oh, damn it. What's that joke when the two guys are looking at the hospital at the maternity ward? Something about the gay baby. He's the only one with a pacifier in his ass or something. Don't put that. Professor Timothy Farage is under investigation by the... He's a hand... Oh, my God. Look at Farage. I got some questions for Farage himself, don't you?
He's a fag.
You never really want to wear a mock turtleneck when you have a neck like a goddamn pelican. Sheepus. He looks like... And he's got his hair dyed way too black. Again, he looks like he might have 12... 14-year-olds under his house. Farage is under investigation by the University of Texas at Dallas after a tweet that made misleading claims about an alleged link to homosexuality and monkeypox. First of all, there is a link to it. Now, I'm not playing on words here, but there is even gay people, it's 99% gay guys, young guys in cities who are getting monkeypox. So I don't want to hear that. Can we at least try to find a cure? This is what this guy says. For homosexuality, that takes some big blistered balls to say that, especially among men, the computer science professor wrote. That's the question he asked online.
It's a sick question. You're a sick fuck, and I'm not that sick that I'm going to answer it.
Farage insisted he has nothing against homosexuals during an interview with WFAA, but suggested we try to find a cure. Yeah, let's have a telethon to change someone's sexual preference. I don't know what to tell you, because there are gay people who will tell you they were cured. Not too many, but I'm just saying, folks, it's not that wild. It's not any wilder than shutting down calling Dave Chappelle dangerous to the trans community. I'm saying do medical research, this guy says, on the causes for homosexuality. It's very easy. It's fucking Netflix programming. That and tickets to Broadway plays. Cut them out. And the WNBA. Said while suggesting that the supposed testing could be administered in the womb. Oh my God, you take some of that amniotic fluid, make a nice Salisbury steak with it. Ugh. Farage then admitted, I don't know, I'm not a doctor. Well,
Take a big step back and literally fuck your own face!
He's being honest. There's no way he's going to go back, whatever. Was he a professor? Yeah, you're finished, fella. You shouldn't be, and I applaud you. The Rainbow Coalition and LGBTQ, nobody knows what the plus is, student organization at the University of Texas, Dallas, called on the university to behead the bitch, they said. No, to take immediate action, of course.
I say this calls for action, and now.
Against Professor Timothy Farage for the since-deleted post. Farage has a long, well-documented history of hostility on LGBTQ issues. No, we don't. Well, maybe.
Fucking quiz!
That was a commencement speech he gave. So maybe. Anyways, he has been known to discuss controversial political positions. Yeah. You hear that? They don't even want him. Oh, my God. They're scary. They're so scary. You're not supposed to do that, apparently, on a college campus. And he promotes personal social media accounts during lectures. Like he goes, these fags are troubles. You can read more at Mr. Farage at fucking Don Knotts, which goes against university guidelines for professors' conduct. The university received several complaints, surprise, surprise, and said the incident was under investigation. Really? What do you got, the FBI looking into? You should go, hey, dude, seriously, if we lived in a normal world, first of all, nobody would be even complaining. But we live in a, childlike environment. I'm so tired of, but what else?
There are white niggers. I've seen a lot of white niggers in my time.
Bet you have, you Mamaluke. Mookie. I'm a Red Sox fan. Obviously, I was very surprised. Bogarts is going to be on it. I can't wait, folks. I'm not going into a baseball thing, but I'm just saying, trade deadline's in 2 weeks. And everybody's talking about the Red Sox because we're not going to win anything this year. I don't give a shit what anybody says. And we can clean house, maybe. But other people are saying, why would you bring on a bunch of... They're talking about Juan Soto. But why would you spend that kind of dough this year if you know you're not, unless you can lock him into something, I guess is the idea. But I'm sick of J.D. Martin, and I can't believe I'm saying this because he has been tremendous for the Red Sox. Did I say I wasn't going to do this? I'm doing it. I'm sick of J.D. Martinez. He made some swings, even in the All-Star game, that are embarrassing. I think he's lost his power for good. Been unbelievable for the Red Sox. We got every drop out of him. And he seems like a good, whatever. But Bogarts, I can't believe we're going to get rid of. Nobody's been more consistent, more classy, more underrated. But we have Trevor Story, who already put up better numbers than Bogarts is ever going to put up. And he's a tremendous shortstop, I hear. So I can't wait what they're going to do. Chris Sale can't stay healthy. Anyway, Mookie Betts died last night. No. Mookie Betts was voted upon by the fans. That would be white fans, black, all colors, to start in the MLB All-Star game on Tuesday night following his, I had no idea he had this kind of first half, overwhelming season before going into the All-Star break. Hitting .265 with 20 tangerines, 47 runs batted it, and 6 stolen bags. The LA Dodgers superstar was set to wear an All-Star jersey at his home ballpark. He came in for batting practice with a message for the Major League fans filling up the seats. The All-Star outfielder wore a shirt that said, and I quote, "We need more black people at the stadium," when warming up for the Midsummer Classic at Dodger Stadium. I feel bad. These guys just...
There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind.
These are young guys who have bought into, and you know, he's about as black as I am, by the way. But the point being, okay, he sees everything through the lens of race. Everything, like everybody his age does now. Who cares how many? I hope he's not implying. I'll go on with the article. How there's only this many black players now. I hope he's not implying that's because of racism, because everybody knows that's not. Black kids just aren't attracted to it. They don't want to do it. They're Christ's sake, they're killing it in all the other sports or whatever. It's just, you know what I mean? And who cares what color? Anyways, he wore that as a Midsummer Classic. And can you imagine a white guy stepping in with that, saying, "We need more white players," and a picture of a Dominican with a line through. Mookie Betts said sports, and I still like, sports net LA reporter Kristen Watson had shown him the shirt, because she's brainwashed, online, and he bought one. "I agreed with it, so I decided to wear it," Betts said. "I figure I'm black, nothing's going to happen to me." No, I figure this is the right stage to get out the message. It's not your job to get out the message. Hit the ball, run, steal. A recent study found that 38% of Major League players are of color. From the last, I think they mean the late 1960s through the late 1990s, African Americans made up between 15 and 20% of all major leaguers. That meant there were also more black MLB fans in attendance, which to me implies racism on black people's part. You're not going to watch just white and Dominican players or whatever? You have to have black players in there? You just don't see a whole lot of blacks playing the game of, how about the ticket prices? Playing the game of baseball, which is fine, Mookie Betts explained. I mean, they don't see themselves. I don't know what that means. I'm just trying to be that person they see and can become. Well, you and a bunch of other guys, and guys that came before you. You know what I'm saying?
If that's a fact, tell me, am I lying?
But African-American participation in baseball has been in decline for years, with the number of black players in MLB also declining. In 2016, that number was all the way down to 6.7%, according to Sabermetrics. This is where this was supposed to go.
If that's a fact,
it's in there twice.
Tell me, am I lying?
We're heading in the right direction, Mookie Betts added. We're getting some culture in the game. You know what he means by that? What he means by that, now they celebrate after they hit a home or they flip the bat, they, yippity-yappity or whatever, which is fine, okay? But don't take such pride in changing something that's been so good to you and made you guys zillionaires. Don't take such pride in crapping on, you know what I mean? The whole world is kind of going in that direction. No. Again, has never put on anything but CNN. So baseball needs to go that way as well, he says. I don't know.
Don't give me that smart alecky shit.
Mookie Betts was pleased to see the progress and the fact that 4 of the first 5 picks in this week's MLB draft were African Americans. Why is that so important? After sporting the shirt, and again, you notice they're not making it clear. They're sort of hoping you guys are dumb enough to read the article and go, has to be racism. Disparate impact is what they call it, by the way. African Americans, after supporting the shirt he did at Dodger Stadium on Tuesday, Betts and the rest of the baseball world can indeed hope to see him play in front of a more diverse MLB audience in the future. What the fuck?
There's no crying in baseball.
Oh, apparently there's. Do you see? They end the article with that.
Well, if they want to change the culture and add more of that culture, then they're probably going to have to start allowing handguns inside the stadium.
Oh, come on now. Let me do the racism. This show's going to get canceled. It's not because of you. They already have bat night. That's dangerous enough. Handgun night. The first 8,000 kids under 16 entering the park with a Glock get a free Dodgers hat. Oops. Before I go, I want to thank you people very much. I love you so much. One-time contributions. Kit Fortney, Michigan. Paul Sagnella. Jesus Christ, do these people live together? Paul Sagnella, Connecticut. John Vassar, Virginia. Victoria Aylward, Virginia. Glenn Weber. Heather Joyce Fenton. New subscribers. The Comics Jim. Adam Moore. Jerome Judge. Oh, a judge. Patreon subscriber. Joe Shepard. Ed Purcell, I know an Ed Purcell, Nicholas Monteleone, and John Henne, who just signed up for a full year, sorry, John, to get your name right, full year at Patreon, receives a 10% discount for doing that. If you sign up at the Michael and Vito level, you also get a free Nick DiPaolo show mug. So if you want extra stories every day, access to all the archives, and that free mug, check out my Patreon page. That's it for the week, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe. Again, don't forget to go to the Comics Gym. I just did all that, right? Nope. No, but isn't that what I just read? But didn't I mention the comics? No, I didn't. Nope. ComicsGym.com, sign up there monthly. Also, you know what? Punchy. Patreon.com and sign up there monthly. Go to nickdip.com. I got some frontal nudity on there. My sister got drunk the other night. What? And cameo.com and shoutout.fans, which is like Cameo, only it's more like red, white, and blue, Liberty, Red State type mentality there. All right? Downloaded the app at shoutout.fans. That's it. You guys, thank you so much for a great week again. You guys think I'll say it? You're very welcome. Have a great weekend. See you here on Monday.